So this one, I normally don't introduce people, but I'm gonna introduce him because he's a special person in my life that I've known for a long time. It seemed like it's been some decades, maybe about 3, going on 4 decades
A lot.
that I've known this man right here. He goes by many names. I met him as Ray Dog. Then he was Benzino, the almighty RS Soul, part of that group. Zeno, he was Zeno for a while, right? You was Zeno for a while? Zeno. Now you just Benzino.
Benzino, saying, yeah, listen, man. Hey, dog.
Yeah.
When I met you and you was dog, I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
we gonna
yeah,
get
yeah.
on you. You gonna ride on our bus. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. I definitely was on the RSO tour bus that you got from Marky Mark.
Yeah, we got from that situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yup, we got from that situation, man, because he was gonna wear our colors and shit. You know, we was young, crazy, man, wild as shit. Of course, I don't, I look at all my actions when I talk about these things, or as you get older, you look back and be like, man, what was I thinking about? But he was gonna wear the Bruins on Arsenio Hall, and we got, we like, look, we burying dudes in that, because we was ganged out,
Right.
and we deep in the motherfucker, every block,
Facts.
every hood, every project had their own colors.
And y'all was the Boston Bruins.
It was the Boston Bruins, the black and gold. So I said, look, Donnie had got in contact with me, his brother, Donnie Wahlberg. So I said, look, he can't do that, man. Tell him to wear Celtics. Tell him to wear Red Sox.
Right, sir. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it if you want to represent Boston, but just he can't wear the Bruins shit because it's going to be too many guys that's going to be upset.
Right.
He says, hey, man, I really can't talk to him. He does his own thing.
He wore it anyway, right?
No, we ended up catching him at the practice facility like 2 nights earlier before they was flying out, and caught a couple of their guys, put him in the hospital.
Damn.
And they rushed Marky through like some type of back door, trap door. The practice hall was Mike Messina's practice room. A lot of major rock bands would go practice there, and it was right by Fenway Park. And they was standing in front, and we kind of was like up on, like in some bushes and shit. So we deep, and we got a couple of cars coming through, and we trying to like ambush these niggas and shit, man. We caught a couple of they guys didn't make it, and he ended up wearing Chicago White Sox. So that's how I met Dick Scott, his manager, man. And he gave me some money, he gave me the tour bus, man, and but actually the relationship with him was all worth it because he was an amazing guy, black guy, older guy.
I remember the color. It was like a champagne color. The tour bus was like a champagne color. I remember it.
Dope. That was our first tour bus.
That was our first tour. I was there. So before we get into that, what the hell is going on with you and Yayo, man?
Oh man, I mean, he these dudes with their stories. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on, man. Like, what the crazy shit be? When this is internet shit. When you rehashing shit that's like 20 years old, 30 years old,
right.
And you're making it new beef 30 years old. Like we all had a big 40s, 50s, and shit. I'm 60. Like, why are we talking about these stories other than you trying to clown me, trying to disrespect me? Because there's no reason for you to be mentioning those stories. Like he's seen on Vlad. He says he's seen me and it gave me a pass, and like, bro, like, are you kidding me? Like, I got kids right now, nigga. Like, not that I'm worse than, but I like, you think that I'm just gonna not say nothing, about this? And it's sad that I have to because he's rehashing it. It's sad. It's sad that I gotta, you gotta go back to that foolishness type of character and attitude. But he just got a big mouth, man. And, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. I get the tough guy image, worked for them niggas back in the day, but it's like they haven't grown up. Like they still want to carry that image. And a lot of their fans of Eminem fans, stans, white fans, they have the luxury of millions and millions of their fans. So whatever they do, what they don't understand is, because everybody works off the clicks and comments. That's their motivation. They don't want to understand that they don't have no problem with watching black men kill each other.
Did y'all ever run into each other though?
sitting back hyping it up. Now we in Miami, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And him and his man jumped out. Lodi Mac jumped out. You know what I'm saying? This is when we was going through the shit with Eminem, and you know his man he flashed. You know he showed he had the blip. I was jeweled up, dog. I had like shit. I had all my jewelry on. This was like 12 in the afternoon on Collins Avenue, right? On Collins Avenue, 12.
Right.
So I didn't have no strap. I didn't
Right,
think
right, right.
I didn't think I needed one. The niggas pulled up in a black suburban truck. Him and him get out. He's like, "What's up? You want it? You want it?" I'm standing like, "What's up?" That's the only thing I really said was, "What's up?" I stood there, and my man Hawk was there, and his man, you know, jumping around, screaming, and you know, he went to grab it, but he really didn't pull it out. And then all you heard was like a scream, like, "Get back in the car, get back in the car," female. Hawk said he seen 50 in the car. I didn't see 50. But where Hawk was standing, maybe he seen him, I don't know. He said he rolled the window down or whatever. But, you know, if that was me and my niggas, we would have stripped everything. Everything would have came off. Everything. I had over $1 million worth of jewelry on. Easily, maybe $1.5 million. You know, easily. You know, close to 2, maybe.
Right. You had
that
you had that Hangman 3 chain on? You had the 3 chain?
I had Hangman 3. I had the Zeno piece. The Zeno piece was, I paid 8 cash for that from Jacob with the platinum and Cuban, the double. You know what I'm saying? And then I had the Gladiator. You know what I'm saying? The platinum Gladiator shit that I had. That was like 400,000. I had the Masterpiece Rolex on, chunky bracelet, chunky everything. I know if it was me and my niggas, everything would have came off. He said that he asked me if I wanted to pass. I don't remember all that. I remember I'm looking at the nigga with the gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he was talking. I wasn't even paying attention to him. I'm watching the other nigga.
Right.
And you know, and then they bounced. So my thing is, why would you even bring that shit up?
Right. Right.
Unless you still thinking like, okay, like yeah, like we G-ing it and I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. And he's like, that's not how this shit work out here, man. Niggas, motherfuckers is dying every day out here for silly shit.
Right.
I don't want to get caught up in no stupid shit.
Right.
But what else am I supposed to say?
Right.
Huh? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like,
right.
come on, man. And then I'm saying, look, hey, let's go make some money. You know, 50, I guess, you know, I get it. 50, you know, ain't gonna box me, but shit, me and you and Yayo can get in the ring. I'm sure we can pull $1 million off of that fight, celebrity boxing.
Right. Right.
You know
maybe
what I'm saying?
more.
Why not?
Maybe more. Maybe more.
Maybe more. Like,
Yeah,
why not?
yeah.
I need it. Shit, I'm sure he needs it.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to use, you know, I'm gonna end up doing a podcast. I'm sure he's not gonna use the platform to be, you know, to fight and have shootouts with niggas at this age.
Right. Right.
I got grandkids now. You know what I'm saying?
Public grandkids. Public
grandkids. It's crazy, you know. So I don't, you know, I'm not again shit like this. I don't like shit like this, bro. But you know me, dog.
I
me.
know you. I know you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? Let me say something to you, bro. I'm surprised that people be playing with you a certain way. I know you.
I don't know. It be only on here though.
Yeah. Cause I know you. And if niggas know me, niggas know I don't really co-sign no nigga unless I know them in the flesh. And I'm like, nah, niggas don't play with that nigga like that in the street or no shit like that. So even when you when people be playing with you, I be saying, well, I'm like, yo, you know that nigga fuck you up? Like for real, for real.
See, I just noticed the internet. So now I've come after all these years, I figured it out. I get it.
Took you a while.
So,
remember I called you one day? I said, yo, my nigga, this is how this internet thing is. This is how you got to navigate because this ain't what you think it is. Like you can't win.
It took me a while.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that was like fucking 7 years ago. I'm like, you can't win, bro. You can't when it's a narrative about you. When people think what they think, that's just what it is.
You gotta let them. You gotta let them think it because this is what I do know, doggy. This the true facts. There is 100% two different worlds. There's the internet and then there's outside.
Right.
And you know, and what a lot of people don't realize, and I know this for a fact too, is that, you know, let's take Instagram. There's like, what, 300 million people on Instagram, right? That subscribed, I guess, to Instagram, about 300 million. If motherfuckers is getting 2 and 3 and 4 or 5,000 comments, they happy. They're like, that's a lot of interaction.
Right.
But 2,000-3,000 out of 300 million is
not a lot. Yeah.
It's a very, very small speck of who is really even checking into that type of bullshit.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more interesting shit than always beef, 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 and niggas telling war stories and niggas trying to hype them up and look tough. Because obviously nowadays, street niggas have definitely crossed over to the internet. Like the niggas that's getting out of jail, the real niggas that have real street history, and everybody knows it, are now coming on to
Right.
the internet. So ultimately, niggas who are internet tough and internet storied out are gonna get called the fuck out because
Right.
you understand what I'm
You
saying?
got
Like
me because
we're in the dawn of
niggas
era
can't
of
vouch
that
for
now.
you. Yeah, niggas ain't gonna be able to vouch for you with certain
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you call them out. You wanna celebrity boxing, but you called out 50 first, right? If I'm not mistaken. You called out 50 to fight at first, right?
I mean, look, this is my thing. Every time this shit comes up where niggas is talking shit, I think the most best way I can capitalize off it, because I'm trying to capitalize. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I really ain't, like, I don't look at this shit as no real violent beef. I don't look at it, so you look, people have been seeing us going at each other for years and years. Why not let's just go and get in the ring and get some money?
Right.
Why not? Like, Billy McFarland was gonna give 52 5.5 million and give me $1 million to go 3 rounds.
Damn.
Like, I'm going 3 rounds with anybody for that,
Right, right, right,
for
right,
where
right,
I am
right.
right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
come on.
right, right, right. So no word back from Yayo or nobody.
I mean, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is, like I said, I don't even like doing this shit. Like, the shit is
Right, right,
whack.
right,
I just wish niggas would leave my name out their mouth. But I guess my mouth gets, when you mention my name, you get clicks and comments and algorithm, and your
right,
algorithm go up. So I get it. I get
right.
it now. So I don't take it that serious. So, if niggas want to troll, if that's what it is, trolling, I understand the trolling. Okay. So Zeno's trolling.
Right.
Here we go. Yeah, Zeno's trolling now. You know what I'm saying?
You've done a lot in your career. What's your proudest moment?
Career wise,
Yes.
you're gonna laugh, but fuck, man. I mean, there's a bunch of them, man, and I just know when I went solo, it was a uncertain time of mine. The Made Men had broke up, and I'd never been solo before, and it was kind of I don't want to say scared, but I just was a little uncertain. It was uncharted waters for me. I had been in the RSO and I put together the Wise Guys, the Untouchables, always a group first type of guy. And when it was like I wasn't gonna be in no more groups after being with those guys all them years. So I said, look, listen, my last hurrah is gonna try this solo thing. If it works, if it doesn't, who knows what's gonna happen to my career. And I just remember me 2 times and God rest JB. We got in the studio and we made bang to this, man. And we ended up we produced it ourselves, uh and man, fucking Funk Master, I ended up getting a deal with Motown Records and Funk Master Flex dropped bombs on bang to this. Like, I remember that vividly because, all the years of going to New York and, when you hear Hot 97, that was like the Wizard of Oz. That's
Whole,
like when you
yeah.
first get to Oz.
The
You know what I'm
Holy
saying? When you're
Grail. It's the
driving from
Holy Grail.
Boston,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
when you're driving from Boston, you're going into New York, that's like going into Oz,
Right.
right? And Flex at the time was the wizard. You feel me? And listen to him. If he dropped bombs on your shit, that was the equivalent of getting, 5 mics damn near in the source or
Right.
being on the
Right.
cover of the source. It really, you got the whole New York City, the Mecca and the surrounding areas listening.
Right.
That had never happened in my career. All the songs I had did never had got Flex to do that. And surely nobody just like paid him or anything. He did it on his own. Man, one day I'm at the source, I think, office. I don't know where I was. We in New York. And 2 times called me and said, yo, Flex is dropping bombs on him. I swear to God, I got real emotional.
Right.
I got
Right.
emotional because, first of all, I wasn't even supposed to be solo because it was always
A
the
group.
guys in my group, always the guys in my group, and that were better than me. I always felt I felt like I didn't have to be the best because I was kind of like the face of the groups, the head of the group. So I would always have nice niggas, you know what I'm saying? And I would I would make sure people know that. I was proud of that. But when it had to go solo, it's like, damn, boy, you got to do this on your own. And when he dropped them bombs on it, man, that shit was a proud moment. Yeah, for my career. You know, I had a lot of them, but that was because everything was stacked up against me. And Lord knows I didn't think I'd be on Motown Records. Like, you know, come on. Like,
Right.
to me, that was big because I grew up listening to Motown.
Was that through Flavor Unit or that was just you?
No, that was through Key Dog. Key Dog Massenburg gave me a deal.
Right.
Yup.
When
Shout out to Key Dog.
because he had D'Angelo and Erica at that time too, right?
Man, D'Angelo,
Yeah,
bro. That's why,
yeah.
you know, D'Angelo, man, I got to meet D'Angelo through him, Key Dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why when he passed, I was like, damn.
You know he been
You
to
know?
the block too. Remember my block? You came to the block too, my crib.
Of course.
He been there
Of
too.
course.
He been there
Of
too.
course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Biggie, you know everybody been to my crib. I was
Come on, man. And you know, shit, I remember, man, we was in Queensbridge in '94 with Mobb Deep. Rest in peace to P. We went there to shoot the War Zone video. So we was inside Queensbridge and shit. Like, you know, I mean, listen, man, Throg's Neck projects, we shot a video in. I'd be all, you know, LES projects with Ray's video and K Shine Like My Son.
Right.
Shot in those, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you think about it, you know what I mean? Like I always, you know, my roots are from New York.
I'm about to say, how you got
grandmother-
so much New York love? Because you know we supposed to hate y'all from Boston.
Well, see, because look, I was born in Boston, but it was a technicality because my father was living in New York, dating my mother in Boston, driving to go see her. And
Oh,
we
okay.
So, but my grandmother lived in Coney Island Projects.
I keep telling people about Coney Island. They think that shit is some Ferris wheel, Himalaya. Oh, hell no. You go out there with that.
The elevators that don't work. And, Oh, no. The terraces that go, everybody's built like this, the one terrace for everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, Coney Island Projects, but you know, I didn't think when you were a kid, you don't see that. I'm coming from Boston, and these projects are way bigger than the projects in Boston. Like New York's crazy. And then my grandfather lived in the Bronx, and right there on Fordham Road, right before Jimmy's was Jimmy's. My father lived in a house on Cedar Avenue, and on the corner, before Jimmy's was Jimmy's, it was a parking lot. There was like a used car parking lot. Then it was Jimmy's.
Right.
Like I was going to my grandfather's and grandmother's back and forth on summers, Christmases, Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always there. And my grandfather was just a few blocks over from Sedgwick, where hip hop fucking, you know, arguably, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say arguably, because I'm from Brooklyn. I want to take claim in that too. Grandmaster Flowers and all that. Yeah.
I know. But it's like, you know what? The reason the Bronx was important, and I say this because at that time in New York, people got to understand, like, when you looked at the Bronx in the 70s, that was fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
abandoned buildings, burning tires.
It wasn't
you know it looked like that, though? East New York looked like that, though. East New York
Fort Apache, I don't think anywhere in Brooklyn looked like Fort Apache.
East New York, bro? East New York was burning. Listen, let me tell you what's deep about East New York. East New York, that's where Murder Inc. is from. The real Murder Inc., the Italian Meyer Lansky and all of them.
Right.
So that's where the bodies used to be in East New York. They had burning tires, empty lots. That's where they used to bury all of them. And East New York looked crazy, bro, because there was no buildings. It was just a bunch of vacant lots with stray dogs everywhere. I know what you're saying about
the Bronx.
The Bronx, but the East looked crazy too. They just built it, but it really can't compare a little bit. I know what you're saying.
I mean, the Bronx, and I say that to say this, like, if hip hop birthed out of the Bronx, like that was what America, you know, because remember, all the Caribbean people were moving to the Bronx because that was the cheapest place to live at the time, like, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So the conditions that America had, you know, Black and Latino in was right there.
Right.
And, you know, those was fucked up conditions. And for hip hop to come out of that's why I hold dear. That's why, you know, I really, when it comes to hip hop in the streets, I want people to really understand why it's important, why I ride so hard for that, because that is where it came from.
Right.
Now, yes, college niggas can come through and the working class and everybody else can be a part of it.
Right.
But where it came from was the worst of what America had to offer for Black and Latino people.
Right.
That's important to me.
Right.
Because it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry that everybody eats now that saved our communities and culture. Think about it. And it came from that.
And we the
Like
last
it was,
people to get some bread off of it. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Yeah. When you had when you was at the source, the 5 mic system, I always was tripping off that. Was you involved in the 5 mic system?
Nah, the 5 mic system was, you gotta understand, look. So when Dave had an idea about the source, he basically wanted to take Rolling Stone's blueprint.
Okay.
I mean, Rolling Stone was the premier magazine for rock and roll.
Right.
Now here comes hip hop. Dave was like, look, hip hop's gonna be just as big as rock and roll, and we need to be the Rolling Stone of hip hop, the source. That was the initial. So when you looked at the Rolling Stone back then, they was rating albums, and they had the system. They had albums. They didn't have like you get 3 albums. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the mics. So that was the whole idea, and how that's done is the staff of the magazine rates the mics. You bring everybody into a room. You know what I'm saying? They got weed. They got the drink. They got whatever. And it's an intense thing because the whole office shuts down when they do that. And Dave will get the albums, and certain journalists could get albums early. Not everybody could get them early. You know what I'm saying? Like before they come out. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting all the albums before they hit any. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you'd have everybody back there. You'd have everybody like the art directors, the journalists, the photographers, everybody involved with the staff would be back there. And the staff was pretty, they had a pretty diverse staff.
I was to say, because Miss Info comes from there, Kim Osario comes from there, a lot of people comes from this source.
I mean, but the thing was, these are all college kids.
Right.
And I think that's where people don't understand where me and how I came in and brought a crew of street guys and was hiring, like Carlito Rodriguez came out of jail. I gave him a big job because he was a hell of a writer, and I gave him a chance. People at the source was really like, kind of like questioning me for that, but he turned out really dope. And Carlito's doing amazing things on TV with Empire and movies, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? I always just wanted to give the streets a chance.
Did you hire Star and Buckwild too?
I gave him this.
Yeah,
Wendy, Star and Buckwild,
right.
Feds Magazine gave him an office. I always anything that you've seen that had nothing to do with college.
Right.
Benzino, that was Benzino's hire. Because you gotta understand, everybody in the source is from college.
Right.
So everybody's having a college point of view. And what happens with college? Usually you get shipped off. So you're away from the streets for years.
Right.
You ain't on the block.
You never was in the streets in the first place because you were college.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because look, you in a household, there's 2 brothers, one hit the streets. It's boys in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doughboy hit the streets, and
Ricky,
you know what I'm saying? His brothers in football, that's what it is. The brother was sheltered, still knew everybody because he still lived there, but he wasn't. He was sheltered from violence and sheltered from drugs and sheltered from what's going on. Whereas that Doughboy's knee deep in it.
Right.
They both ended up getting killed because they live in that environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, that's what's important to me, and not that. And yes, hip hop is where the only thing where it merged within the culture, college and street, and that's what made it.
Because college radio used to be the biggest thing for us. The Gavin, CMJ.
It was the only thing for us.
Yeah, Gavin and CMJ. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, it was the only thing.
These kids wouldn't even know nothing about that.
We don't have a radio station in Boston. It has to come from college.
Wow.
Hip hop.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yo, you know what messed my head up? I didn't even know you got into it with the LOX. This is before Tommy's theme or after?
This was after Tommy's theme.
How the hell y'all get into it? It was cool though.
It had nothing to do with them. It was like a crazy misunderstanding, and the fact that just dumb shit, just
right.
turn of events. It's like, man, one thing about hip hop, everybody has, you give your niggas jobs and you have a bunch of niggas around you and you try to organize it to be as professional as possible. But when it be a lot of niggas from the streets involved, all kind of shit
Yeah.
happens. And it had nothing to do with the LOX inmate, man. I
Right.
mean, nothing to do with Jada, Sheik, Styles, Benzino, E, Jesus, Two, nothing to do with
Right.
us.
Right.
All right. So this is, you know what I'm saying? So it just was a misunderstanding, man. We on tour and one of the guys, there was a Def Jam promotion bus, and Jermaine, one of our guys that we had put on the bus goes out before everybody else. So the bus goes to the cities first so they can put the poster boards all over the city. So when,
Right. Right.
right
Right.
by the stadium. So when people come in, you feel me?
Street
The
team, they hang
arenas.
up the snipes and everything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
old school type shit.
Right.
And he used to do a hell of a job, but we be coming through and it be more made men shit than Rough Riders and Cash Money.
Right.
Niggas be mad at that. Niggas don't like that shit. So something happened where he had X had some chick, rest in peace to the legend,
Rest in peace to
had
the
some
legend.
chick that was in Virginia, I think, or Baltimore, I don't know. And I think chick was downstairs with X's hotel room and was like, where the fuck is X? X. Jermaine and the girl ended up kicking it. Jermaine ends up smashing the chick on the Def Jam bus. The Def Jam rep comes in, was like, yo, that's X's girl. They end up getting into a beef on the bus. They sent Jermaine home.
Mm.
We had to stop in Ohio. We skipped Ohio and kept coming to Boston because we had 2 shows in Boston. We wanted to be ready. And I flew Jermaine to Boston. We do the first show, sold out, Fleet Center, killed it, destroyed it. That was another proud moment. We had tried so hard, to rock big arenas, and man, we killed that, man. That was another proud moment. We made man at the Fleet Center. The second night, and mind you, we getting extra search because they got the gang task force there, the feds are there, all kind of people, state troopers. So we can't get no weapons in. Usually on tour, we getting the Blitz in with Jeff's turntable conference. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
Because we going through metal detectors and shit. We couldn't do that in Boston because they was actually searching the coffins.
Right.
So, we ended up getting I remember the second show we had finished performing. It goes us, Cash Money, then Rough Riders, and when we're on the road, we always after we rock, we go home. We got rules. We don't stay around because there's too many of us. I don't want anybody getting problems. We rock a show. We get back to the hotel. We don't even watch. You know what I mean? If there's an after party, we figure it out. But we usually get back to the hotel. I ain't trying to fuck nothing up. You know what I'm saying? One of the niggas fuck with a chick or somebody's chick. Anything can happen, bro. You know what I mean?
That North Carolina
So,
source tour, remember?
Red Hot Love and Tone,
Right. Right. Right.
fucking with somebody's chick.
Yeah. Yeah. Lord for
I
that.
had to
Yeah.
whip
Yeah.
out the mother. They was
Yeah.
about to fuck him up. I had to whip out the strap
Yeah.
and make sure everybody got on the bus good. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
This was in 91. I
There
think
was
I was the only
91.
one up. 91, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was like, damn, boy. Like, I didn't even know him, but,
Right.
we was all together.
That
So
ended
I'm
up
going to do
becoming the
that.
legendary Trackmasters. Ain't that bugged out? He ended up becoming Trackmasters, the biggest producers in the culture, and you saved them. But yeah, in the Fleet.
I wonder if he remembers that. You think he do, dog?
Yeah, they remember everything because he don't smoke or drink, so he remember. He don't. He better remember. Shit, he better remember. That was real, bro. That was real out there. But we'll get to that.
I say 52. What about that?
We gonna get into that too. So the Fleet Center. How did y'all?
So the second show, we decide we deep. We got family, friends, everything. We on the side of the stage. We about 30, 40 deep. So we said, fuck it, we gonna sit and watch these niggas perform. We gonna watch Cash Money. So we watching them. And then Queen Pen at the time had came upstairs. She was crying like, yo, X is downstairs in the dressing room saying, where's Ray? Where's Jermaine? Where's Ray? Where's Jermaine? And, they're talking about there's some problems. I'm like, what? What? So we went downstairs. I said, look, everybody wait here. Nobody come, just going with 3 niggas. We don't need to all go down there. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know you go down there deep, it's going to be, I already be knowing things. I be trying to fucking chill shit before it get crazy. Come on. Because everything be on my motherfucking shit. So we go downstairs. and we going, these are small hallways downstairs. And it's
Right.
blasting. You
Right.
can't even hear yourself talk. I'm saying, where's X? Where's X? I seen Ice Pick J, rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
I
Ice.
said, I'm looking for X. I got Jermaine, I just want to talk to him. There's a misunderstanding. We need to talk. That's when Styles came out. Styles was like, yo, Ray, what up? Styles. We came, we hug each other. All of a sudden, like 15, 20 niggas is behind me. I'm like, I told y'all niggas
It
not to
came
come
anyway.
down.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, niggas is coming out of their shit. They was about a good 10, 11 deep, maybe about 10 deep. But it's so narrow.
Yeah,
That
the
it don't even
marina
matter how
hallways.
much.
Yeah, the marina.
You can
Yeah.
only fit about 4 to 5 niggas in front anyways.
Right.
Everybody else is still gonna have to be in the back.
Right.
So somebody on my side threw a water bottle. And then that's when everything started happening. I know when somebody had grabbed me from my back, my brother grabbed me, and Styles had got swung on. I think Styles' nose got broke. Styles had the blade, you know what I'm saying? And that's when Styles came up. And basically, you know what I'm saying, when Styles, they had knives, a couple of knives.
Right.
So it was
You said they
a
had
couple.
some pokers. They had pokers.
They have, of course.
Yeah.
Them niggas is the Pokers crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they didn't get searched like we did. We didn't have shit. So a couple of our guys on our side got poked. I know one guy got hit with like this big chair on their side, fucked his eye up. He had his eye hanging out. Like I think one of their niggas' eyes got knocked out with some crazy shit. So, both sides suffered little casualties, but it only lasted for like 4 or 5 minutes.
How do you squash that though?
Dave ended up talking to DNY.
Okay.
Because we have been doing big business with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, them niggas came to Boston and man, laid one of the dopest tracks we ever did together. And shot the video. Them niggas is cool.
Right.
It was a fucked up situation that happened. And I get it. I didn't get stabbed, right? So, I don't, when you get older, you start seeing things differently. So as far as squashing it, I know probably a few niggas on my end probably didn't want that.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? It was a bigger picture that had to be seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like it was the right thing to do. So we ended up going at a restaurant, meeting at a restaurant, me, Kish, D, and Dave, and Hawk. And we sat, and man, first of all, we had nothing to do with us. That's what was kind of crazy.
Thing.
It had nothing to do with us. And the whole time, X never came out the dressing room.
Wow.
The whole time niggas was beefing, he never came out. And that was something. They said Swizz was in there in the dressing room. He didn't come out. They said that they was going, like everybody was going, you know what I'm saying, kind of, screaming on the phone. Like Swizz called Steve Stout, and yeah, like there was a lot of behind the scenes shit going on. But I didn't listen, man. I didn't want that to happen because at the end of the day, this was their tour.
Right. This was the Ruff Ryders, Cash Money, and y'all were opening for the Ruff Ryders.
He was opening up.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I remember 50 opened up for us in Connecticut in a couple of shows. And we had seen them, and it was cool. Like, you know what I mean? Everything was cool with niggas. That was just a fucked up situation, man. And, and the thing was this, like, Jermaine standing there, when Styles came, he made a point when he seen all the guys, he made a point, said, look, me and Ray's cool. He threw his hand up, he said, yo, we cool.
Right.
Like, it's true, you know what I'm saying? It was our fault, nobody should have threw the fucking water bottle.
Right.
At all. That was crazy. And it was, like I said, it was an unfortunate situation, but things happen, when you get a bunch of street niggas together and then, but cooler heads prevailed, man, and we moved on from it.
So 50, you said you saved 50. Was this the studio thing?
That was when we was at Sony, Made Men, and John and them had the beef with them at Hit Factory. Remember, everything was on 54th Street.
Right.
Sony was in the middle of 54th. I mean, Hit Factory was in the middle of 54th, Sony's on the end.
And as the story goes, they had the incident already. He comes to y'all session.
He came to Jesus was outside smoking a cigarette. And remember I told you we got rules. Jesus wasn't supposed to be bringing anybody in the session without letting us know.
Right.
Like, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, you gotta let us know. Like, like anything could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now we caught up in the middle of some shit. You feel me?
Right.
So, but he came in, he was soft spoken, and he was saying how, what happened. He showed he got cut on his side by like the belt area.
Where was Yayo at? Wasn't Yayo with him when it happened?
Nah, when there was nobody with, he was by himself.
So they
and mind you, so if he ran or if he walked, he had to get him. Them niggas split up. But he did say that Yayo dropped the gun and there was no bullets in it.
What?
He showed the whole crew a gun, a little 38 snub, a little nasty. And see, this is the thing about Yayo. When Yayo tells the story, he said 50 had a big nickel-plated 4.5, and he be hyping niggas up in the streets so niggas can think that they the most rootin' too. And like, bro, like, relax, my nigga.
So
like,
it was
I've been through
all
way
right.
too
So
much shit.
it's a nickel plated. So there is
No, it wasn't nickel plated. It's black. And
So-
it was a nasty 3.8, little nasty little 3.2.
So I'm saying there's no
3.8.
clip with that. There's no clip.
Snub nose revolver.
Yeah.
It had no shells in it.
It probably was a 32. Remember how 32s used to be hard as hell to get bullets back then?
Listen. And let me tell you something. Everybody was in there. I'm sitting playing Madden. He's standing in the corner. Everybody was about 8 of us in there. So it ain't like it's just me that told the fucking story. Like, that nigga showed everybody the gun and said he dropped it. When Black Child and them told the story, they said it was fucking dark in there and he was hitting niggas with pool sticks.
Wow.
And he heard somebody say something about a gun and the gun dropped. I didn't even know Black Child and Jada. That's what's so crazy. At that moment, I never even met them niggas.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
So when 50's there, 50's like, yo, Tone and Track said, Track Masters say some good things about you. We get back to Tone.
Right.
He was like, Track Masters, yo, they say you solid, say, you know what I mean? Because I had done some work with them. I had got some music from them and shit, you know what I'm saying, when I was signed.
Right.
They had produced some songs for me, Tone and Pope.
And plus, at that particular time, you was known for, if you were Ray, you good, because y'all was always deep. I ain't gonna front.
We was strapped like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I never seen you
strapped
with 2 guys. It was always a minimum of like 8 to 10 guys at all points. And it was you had dudes with you that was just on point. They wasn't rappers, they wasn't nothing. They wasn't security, they was crew, but they wasn't there to rap and sing. They was there, shit get crazy. They was there. Yeah, they was there to handle
and these are niggas that we all grew up together.
Right.
So we already doing street shit, but now we get money and rap and you know what I'm saying? But I gave everybody jobs, put everybody on payroll. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't security, but hey, you know what I'm saying? We got it for taxes. This is what you got to be.
There to hold it down
for tax purposes.
So 50 comes and he's bleeding.
Yeah.
And you got him out of there.
I called a car service because I had the source and we had our own car service, Atlantic Car Service. And I called my car service and sent him to Bellevue.
Oh, you sent him to the hospital.
I don't know if he didn't have any money for a cab.
Right.
Obviously, he was by himself. He was with 3, 4 niggas up there, and now nobody's with him. So I don't know the situation if they had a whip or if the niggas who had the whips ran on him.
Right.
There's a lot of backstory to that never got told.
Right.
Like how he ended up in my session was strictly because he must have came from Hit Factory. Jesus is outside smoking cigarettes. And then somehow they talked and was like, yeah, Benzino's inside.
Right.
Oh, Benzino in there? Yeah, come on in.
Right.
So, and it was cool.
Right.
It was good. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because I had heard the mixtapes. I heard how to rob. So yeah, I'd heard the nigga. It could have been anybody that walked in there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be like, look, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I got a car service.
Right.
If the nigga wanted to chill, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted some weed. I mean, it just the simple shit, man. I always did for niggas regardless, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember Remy. This is just a funny story. We can get back to 50, but I remember owning a studio on 5th and 13th, and Remy and the nigga from Bars and Hooks had crashed their car by Hot 97. I don't know if it was a stolen car or something, but they ran over to my studio. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I think I might have put them in a cab too or something, or just something, let them stay. You know what I mean? I've always helped out niggas my
Right.
whole entire career
Right.
in one way or the other and had no problem with doing it.
Do you feel like right now the industry turn their back on you?
I mean, the industry is a you know, when you use that term, you know, there's a lot of people in the street.
Right.
You know, there have been people. The industry is a turn your back on people
Industry.
industry.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you got to be prepared for that.
Right.
See, real niggas, when you first get in there, a nigga stab you in your back, you want to kill him. Or
Right.
you surely won't fuck with him no more.
Right.
But in the industry, especially with label people, if they stab you in the back, you can't say nothing because you might come around and have to deal with them again.
Right.
And you don't want to burn the bridge.
Right.
That's a funny industry to be in for a street nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at niggas for fucking you over because a couple of years later he might be on another label, or he might be on this station, or he might be the program director, or he might be because all they do is just it's the same motherfuckers.
Musical chairs. It's musical chairs.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So once you know what I mean, and they have it's a fucking, it's
a club.
It's a crew.
It's a club.
You know?
It's a club. Yeah.
Because
he go from this label, then he's at this label, then he's over here now, and he's like, oh, I didn't know you was over here. Then you go to the Viacom building. Yeah, I've been at Viacom for 2 weeks now. And you like, damn, I keep bumping into this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't break his neck 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
So if you fuck them over, then you just burn the bridge, and you fucking your checkup. And I did that. You know what I'm saying? But I had the source, so I didn't have to worry about it. But you know what I'm saying? I would say that, you know what I mean, like as far as burning bridges, I was cool with people, but you know what I mean, I don't want to be in the industry. I wanted to be in the industry, but I don't want to be a part of the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the industry just isn't what the fuck we stand for. And when it comes to being friends with somebody and loyalty, and you throw all that shit out the window, dignity, all that shit.
It's gone. Like, integrity is gone.
Integrity gone. Everything.
Y'all had TV shows. Two shows.
All Access.
Lisa Ray. The first time we really saw Lisa Ray.
All Access.
In Trench. Lisa Ray in Trench.
Yeah. We and 2 times a DJ and we syndicated it.
Right.
So it would come on at 10 o'clock on like the main stations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 UPN, but it was syndication. We paid a lot of money to put them shows on. It's not like now. We was using the NBC studios and shit, man. We was paying a lot of money to do those shows, man. It's funny to see how you could just do shit now with just your iPhone and
right.
And a little stand with a light, you know what I mean? But yeah, we pioneered all that shit, no question.
I wanted to ask you the infamous Source Awards. Like, this is the most infamous thing ever in probably hip hop history that we all saw. Suge Knight is there, the whole West Coast is there, the whole fucking Wu-Tang is there, Biggie and them is there. Did you know DJ Quick was going to diss 8 that night?
I mean, chances are you know that it'd be 8. When I seen 8, then because they were so deep. I knew something was going to jump off with them.
Right.
I thought it was going to be worse.
Right.
I thought everything was going to be. There was so many different, in 95 was so many different issues. Ice Cube and Bone Thug had issues.
Ice Cube and Bone Thugs had issues?
Yeah, Bone Thug, because, Easy had passed and he signed Bone Thugs, and, Ice Cube was dissing Easy and Bone didn't like that, and, you know what I'm saying? So they looking at each other funny at the awards, and, Wu-Tang and Biggie.
Right.
Niggas, it was tense
up
between them niggas that night.
Mm-hmm.
Twister and Bone Thugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Crucial conflict. And I mean, there was issues because you gotta understand, Doggie, this was the first time all these artists in their respective territories, these huge artists, seen each other for the first time.
Right.
These niggas ain't never seen each other for the first time. Like all these niggas in one motherfucking
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was tense with a lot of people. It was always tense. But that one was, like, I knew somebody was just going to get shot in that motherfucker. I just figured, I was like, damn.
The South got something to say.
Grabbed the mic and did Out on Bail. In 95, he was locked up.
Think about this too, right? The South Got Something to Say happened too. Andre 3000.
That was crazy because I felt I was a part of that because of I think, and I admitted this, they were, of them not getting 5 mics. I think I had to say so in that.
You
And,
stopped
and
it,
I,
so you admitting to the
I
public.
mean, I just had to say so in it because I didn't hear the music, man. And I just, what I'm saying, I was, I don't think a lot of people did, but I give the people at the source credit. Those college kids,
Right.
they heard it.
Right.
I just did it.
Right.
And they want to give them a 5, and I think we broke it down to a 4.5. I
Mm.
wasn't the only one, but I think I was one of the ones. And that was one of the only times that I stuck my neck.
Right. No pun intended. Right.
That I stuck my neck in it, and I regretted it. I'm a man.
Right.
I'm a lot more. I see things different. I shouldn't have done it. And I on your show, I want to apologize to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I seen the passion in Andre 3000's face because they was born him.
Right.
They was born him. I did have a say so in them winning the award, so it was kind of a makeup for that.
Right.
Because by then they got huge as fuck, like they seen it, like especially New York didn't hear it.
Right.
New York didn't hear it.
Right.
Okay, so you would understand. I'm from the East Coast now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it happened, but there's such a big group and they're so unproblematic that I want to make sure that I could have kept that to myself, but I didn't want to. I want to fess up, you know what I'm saying, and then let them know, look, you know what I'm saying, I didn't hear it, but man, they made us hear it. And that night, he said it that night.
Yeah, and that started like this whole South thing that just was over. The South got something to say.
He ushered in that whole movement.
Yep.
With that night, with those words, and it looked like he wanted to cry.
Yep. Wow. Wow. Suge Knight went up there. Did you? What was you like? What the hell is going on when Suge Knight?
I was right there when that happened. I was backstage, so I was looking at it, and I just was like, damn.
Who you thought he was talking about?
First thing I did, I was like, because I had called a couple of niggas because we strapped up in that bitch.
Right.
Now up in there we strapped.
Right.
I think for security we might have had the Nation of Islam as the ushers. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure, but I just was like, damn, this shit getting ready. It's getting ready to get ugly. And I thought motherfuckers was just gonna rush the stage. I'm looking in the crowd and watching niggas like talking, be mad, and you know what I'm saying? I'm watching niggas, New York niggas.
Right.
All kind of niggas. And if it wasn't for, I always say that Snoop diffused it. Because when Dr. Dre won the award, it was like, what's the matter with y'all, man? We know we in New York.
Y'all don't got no love for us? I thought Snoop popped shit, though. I was still a little mad when he said that, though.
Yeah, but the way he did it, he was giving New York props because, he was giving New York props because Snoop, I think, really deep down inside,
loved New York.
Everybody respected New York hip-hop, loved New York hip-hop. Without New York hip-hop, where would Snoop be? And I think he recognizes that.
Right.
Snoop is a real fan of hip hop, so I know he understands the importance of where it didn't start in L.A. and where the influences came from. I think he got it, but they was just so big that and mind you, there's Bloods, Crips. Them niggas is in the front. They got Bloods and Crips. It's both sides
together
out there. He flew in about 100 niggas.
Right.
Suge was doing shit that I was doing later on. I'd be flying niggas in and put them in hotels when we was doing them shits in Miami and LA, and he did that shit. And he paid for that set, the jails and all that, and Snoop coming out on the gurney.
Oh, he paid for all of that?
They paid for that, all that.
That's one of the dopest performances ever.
Because they had everybody.
Right.
Everywhere you have everybody.
That's why I said they had Quick too. Quick was a part of this.
Everybody.
Yeah, Quick.
They had Rage, Dog Pound.
Right.
Quick.
Nate Dogg.
Nate
Rest
Dogg.
in peace, yep.
Come on, man. Like they had, and at the time, each one of the motherfuckers had hits.
Right.
People say what they want to about Suge, but nobody gave us better music of that era than Suge Knight. Like, I'm sorry, man.
That's true.
Because when you can get New York niggas to love West Coast shit,
it was tough, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. At first, I was like, man, get this shit. Because I come from the NWA and the Cube and all that, but that was different because it was musical. With us, we sample bass. It ain't got certain drums. We like, get this shit out of here. That was musical. but it was hard. You know what I'm saying? So
But Dre was such a sample. You know, Dre is one of the top, you know, for me, influences of producers because the way he sampled was just.
it's clean. See, it was too clean because we got
It
Tribe
was
over here.
clean and big.
Right, but we got
New
Pete
York
Rock and
sample is
Seal Smoke.
dirty and
Yeah,
thin.
yeah, yeah,
Dirty
yeah.
and thin.
Right.
You know, them niggas put the bass
Right,
and
right.
clean. You know what I'm saying? That was the difference.
Our shit was very lo-fi over here. His shit was clean. So we was like, what is it?
You know, I came from the sample thing of Paul C from Queens, the great Paul C.
Absolutely.
I was using the SB 1200. He taught me how to do that, and we would sometimes you would hear the crackling of the fucking thing in the sample, and we wanted that.
I just interviewed Mikey D. He's talking about Paul C. Mikey D from
Paul C. Let me tell you, Paul C. got killed on my birthday in Queens. We were staying at the Kennedy Inn, and I was recording at 1212.
Wow.
And Paul personally was teaching. We stayed up there for a week and a half recording, and that's when we was with Flavor Unit.
So let me ask you something. When Suge did that, who you thought he was talking about?
Did he?
But Jermaine Dupri, yeah.
I think Jermaine just wanted the clout.
Right.
I think he wasn't where. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Jermaine.
Yeah.
Jermaine wasn't. Jermaine wasn't bothering nobody. For anybody to bother Jermaine.
Right.
So maybe Jermaine, you know, wants to be involved, but that was Diddy.
We all thought it was Diddy.
There's no thought.
Yeah. Right. Emphatically Diddy. Yeah.
That was Diddy.
Diddy handled that well though. He didn't have to because he was in New York.
I want to give Jermaine his props though, because Jermaine did dance in videos before Diddy.
Facts.
When he was breakdancing with
UTFO.
when he was a little kid.
Right.
When he was a little kid, he was breakdancing on UTFO.
Right.
But Jermaine, I doubt if Suge seen that.
right. Suge wouldn't know about no damn UTFO.
Suge wouldn't know about that. Speaking of UTFO, rest in peace to Kango Kid.
Yes.
Me and Kango Kid was personally cool, man.
Right.
And we had a battle with cancer, man. He's such a legend and such a great dude. I got a chance to really kick with him a couple of times personally, man. Just a good dude.
You know, I love UTFO. UTFO birthed the Roxanne thing via Full Force. Then you got the Roxanne thing, and then we get Shantae. Then from Shantae, you get me. So that's what I love about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's the branches.
Yeah, that's the branches.
Degrees.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So let me ask you something. You had children in the industry, 2 children. One didn't work as well as it should have. Why didn't the Ray Ray thing go well?
Well, Ray Ray got his first deal at 9 years old. He was on his first song at 7.
Okay.
Ray got to perform at the Fleet Center at 7 years old.
Wow.
On a Cash Money tour.
Right.
And then at 9 he got a deal with Baby Pun, Christopher.
Right. Chris Rivers now. Mm-hmm.
With Little James called 3 Down.
Mm-hmm.
Produced by us, and he got a deal on Interscope. And Jimmy kicked in like half the money, which was 400,000. He didn't even want to wait, because usually you got to wait to clearance because they was under 15, and he didn't even wait. He just said, "Man, I want them now. They're so dope." Benny Boom did their first video for like 200,000. The Bronx Tale. I mean, we was getting ready to really go, and then the Eminem thing derailed it. I'm saying, like, he dropped him after the Eminem thing happened. But you know, Ray, he goes under the name of Chavo. He's independent. He's been working. He got a deal through Distro Kid. He still puts out shit independent. He gets big checks.
Right.
Ray's been doing his thing. He just got his first gold plaque with Michigan, the song called Michigan. And you know, him and Pierre Bourne, a producer, you know, produced for Interscope, Kanye West, and all different people, put out a couple of mixtapes and projects, and he did really well on them. You know, I'm proud of Ray because everything's independent with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So about 2015, 16, I hear of a girl named Coi Leray, right? And I'm in my office downtown Brooklyn, and my film crew, shout out to Ether and Moja, they say, "Yo, that's your man's daughter." I said, "Who?" They said, "That's Benzino's daughter." That's Benzino's daughter. I'm like, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I automatically took to her because I'm like, oh, nah, that's the big bro daughter. But then I just see her blowing the hell up.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh shit, she's arrived. Like, but I'm like,
Right.
that's my bro daughter. Like,
Right,
that's like my
right.
niece now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, so I'm
Absolutely.
tripping, but I'm like, yo, she just. Did you see that coming? Did you?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Absolutely not. I'd never seen it coming. You know, her and Ray Ray grew up. You know, Coy's 3 years old in Ray Ray's video, but he was 7.
That's what I'm
She's in the
saying. I
video.
remember him. I don't
She's in the
remember.
video at the end with a little fur coat on. You
Wow.
know, with 3 years old, 2 years old, 3 years old, and you know, when you're a father, especially a street guy, you don't want your daughter around nothing that you was involved with.
Right. Right.
There was a time when I was in Miami. She said she wanted to start singing, and I had Vince do a couple of songs, Vince Herbert, do a couple of songs where I had got mindless behavior, and I did some stuff with her in the studio. You know, but Ray Ray was the rapper, and I surely didn't want, you know, and Ray Ray wasn't rapping street shit. You know, there was a time where Ray Ray was just, once they 14, 15, he's still kind of rapping. He's just trying to be lyrical, but he's not, I'm not, he's not no gangster shit or nothing.
Yeah.
But there was a time where, where Coi just was like, she started listening to Chief Keef, I remember. And
Some drill shit.
yeah, she started really, but I mean, when I think about it, she's been around gangster rap the whole life. I had studios my entire life. She
Right.
grew up in a studio. She grew up around this whole industry in her
Right.
entire life.
Right.
Right. And, I was a stern father, the old school father. So
Right.
my kids would really think about shit before they would let me know if they did it or before they try. You know what I mean? Not that they were sneaky, but it was like, if she wanted to rap and smoke weed and do all this stuff, like, I would have all my kids with me, even though I wasn't with the mothers, that they would all be with me for the summers, Christmas. They're just like I was with my grandmother and they'd be with their father, they'd be with me. Wherever I'm at, Atlanta, Miami, wherever I lived, LA, they came with me. And, it was because I have another son by Coy's mother, so it was 2 of them.
Wow.
So the three would always be with me. But when she started rapping, when she was living in Jersey, I just remember she was like, Dad, I want to start rapping. And then when I heard the raps, I just was like, oh man, this is like, what am I gonna do? Because I was, I couldn't, it was just too raunchy and too,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do, you know what I mean? Since I wasn't living with her, a little bit of the pressure isn't there, kind of, because if you're there, you really have to deal with it. So, it's like, not that I didn't want to deal with it, but it's like, damn, I really didn't know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell her that, no, I don't want you doing that because she, you know what I mean? I don't want to make, so, Coi, I remember I had a 35 millimeter camera. Now I'm not as financially as I was, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I sent her the camera. She was excited about that because she had her little friend with the dreads, the girl, I forgot her name, Nick, was gonna record her, and she just started rapping, man. And she's in Jersey, and she just started doing it herself. And I just I swear to God, I'm just not saying this, man. She was like that. I'm gonna be a star. You watch. I'm telling you, you watch. You're gonna hear from me. I just be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't take it serious because I just didn't see Coi. I didn't know what lane she was gonna be in. I just didn't know anything about it. Because she's in Jersey. So she hooked up with D'Anthony. I had knew D'Anthony's mother. Coy's mother knew D'Anthony's mother. She's from Boston. Sherry Martinez.
Wow.
On the radio, yeah.
The radio, yep.
So her son had something to do with Fetty Wap getting his deal. Young nigga, D'Anthony.
Wow.
And he ended up good kid too. Not no street kid, smart kid. He ended up taking Coi around in Jersey and hooked her up with some producer. And then she started doing shows, and then the rest is history. And to this day, it's just surreal because this is what I can say, even through all the controversy of the stuff that me and Coi go through, especially on the internet, which is unfortunate, but
right.
To watch Coi, what she did, I know for a fact that she did that. She did that.
Right.
Like Coi makes decisions. I mean, granted, there's other people's helping her, but she's more like me. Ray Ray is more laid back. Coi is like me. Like, I'm gonna make shit happen. I'm not taking no for an answer. Fuck that. I don't care what anybody says about me. She's relentless. And that's how I was. She has a lot of me in her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
is that maybe why y'all clash sometimes?
that probably has a lot to do with it.
Right.
that probably has like, you know, she got that strong, you know, her mother used to be like, Ray, you know, call me, you better come get her. When she gets mad, you know, they call her Benzino.
Right.
That was the little joke and shit.
Right.
But,
Right.
you know, it just was like, man, you know, I don't have a handbook to raise a daughter, man. We street niggas.
Right. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
And you know that what you think is good for your kids. I'm going back to my father's morals and values, my mother's. I'm trying to put that on her. But this is what they would do,
Right.
and they wouldn't want. So I mean, you know, you go through that. And then when you're not with the mother's against you, and you know what I'm saying. It's just, you know, and I don't want to put no damper on everything because, you know, shout out to Coi, her moms, and everybody, because, and I don't mean shout out as a shout out, but you know, I'm not trying to put any damper on anything. Like, listen, you know, you know, as dysfunction as families are, when the father's not living with the kid, the father still loves their kids. I still
Right.
love my
Right.
kids.
Right.
I did everything I possibly known to man for them, because at the end of the day, all we have to do is think about putting food on the table, money in their pocket.
Right.
That, you know, that's what a street nigga father does.
Right.
A street guy a guy from the streets have to do.
Right.
So, you know, it's you know, that's one of the, you asked me was the proudest moment. That was my least proudest moment, is, you know, going through it with her, man. Because I love her dearly and I'm proud of her. You know, I just, you know, it's hard for me to see her in thongs and bathing suits, and you know what I mean.
I don't look at it.
You know, man.
Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I never looked at none of her videos, even the video with Buster and all that.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
you know, and even that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's an awkward situation for me, doggy.
Right,
you know,
right.
And even having other guys deal with her.
Right.
French, doing those type of songs with her. Like, you know, like, I know, come on, man. You know, French was down in Miami with me. I let him use the studio, stay in the studio for weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't charge him nothing. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, Buster doing songs with her. You know, I'll be honest. I wasn't too happy about neither one of them doing songs with her and those type of songs.
It was the type of songs, or was the songs, period? It was the type of songs that you didn't like.
Type of songs, but the type of songs. You know what I'm saying? Songs, yeah, but the type of songs.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying, as a father, you know what I'm saying, you know, the way your daughter dresses around men, you know, and then men that you know, and grown men that you know.
Right.
I mean, I'm no different. If you're a father and whatever I'm going through, if everybody else, if no one else goes through that, then they lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
it's
you know
human.
I mean? Like,
You're human. Yeah, you're human.
It's easy to criticize me and my feelings towards it, which I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But, you know, how the fuck else am I supposed to feel?
Right.
I be looking for other ways to feel in this situation, and it's hard.
Right. What's the biggest misconception about you that you hear besides the neck thing? What's the biggest misconception about you?
Yeah, that's a big. See, that misconception is because I've always had bad, beautiful women on my line. Like, I ain't, you know, that shit don't bother me, because that when you know, men, the internet showed me that a lot of men are like women, because there's more men that really are insecure and be mad over a nigga because women show them attention than women.
Say that again.
You know, it's the truth. Men are being exposed.
I get hate,
bro.
I get hate
men for their insecurities.
I get hate every day. Niggas just be mad at me like, fuck you mad at. I ain't even do nothing.
Bro, it's, you know, so you get, you know, I learned to live with that. You know what I'm saying? I learned to live with it. It's unfortunate that niggas are out here. You can see that men didn't have father figures in their life. I had a strong father figure. Though he was locked up, he still was a strong father figure.
Right.
You know, though, you know, he put me out in the streets. But he also taught me how to be a man. And there are certain things that, see, a lot of times when in life people think that you're just a man, niggas still go through a men in training phase.
No, niggas be males. They don't be men. It's a difference. You got to be in a man is different.
Yeah,
because you're a male.
Training. They're still training to be a man.
Right.
And a lot of times they just don't, year after year, they just don't make the cut. It's like the SAT test. They just don't, you know what I mean? They do some stupid shit to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I don't never go under a man's page and comment under his appearance. Or
right. It's
Are
weird.
you fucking kidding me?
I get it every day, bro.
Man.
I get it every day. Why you got the shades on? Why you worry about, I want to look in your eyes? I'm like, fuck you, look at my eyes.
Man, listen, bro, I don't understand. So I just, you know, I don't, but the biggest misconception is, and I don't know if it's a misconception, like, but I love hip hop music, and I just think that the music that I've done, always kind of was overshadowed by the controversies and the sauce and the
Right,
bullshit, the
right, right,
Eminem.
right,
I put out some good music, but I
right.
feel like because of all that the music didn't get looked upon the way it should have. You know what I'm saying? Um, Another misconception is that I'm just a troublemaker, and I just hate on people, and I'm a bully, and that couldn't be furthest from the truth. Like, I bully the bullies. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
could
I'm
I could
against bullying.
co-sign that because
You know what I mean?
when I used to see people go at you, I'm like, fuck y'all going that nigga. That's the bro. He cool as hell. Like ain't
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's the biggest misconception about you. Like you're bitter, angry, always got shit going on. I'm like, yo, this man done had the finest of cars, the finest of houses, fine as a women, jewelry, and everything. He lived a few lives, right?
yeah,
So you know what it's like to get to the mountain, sometimes to fall, and then you fighting to
yeah.
get back to the mountain again. And I
Right,
think people don't understand the struggle of where we come from because we start with nothing, you get something, but a man ain't a man till he learn how to get it all back. And you done got it
right.
back
Well,
a
see,
few times.
I mean, the thing is, when you're a real hustler from the streets, it don't matter. You going back to the block.
Yeah,
The block
yeah,
is
yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, man,
yeah,
and that's what's so
yeah.
dope about it. And I've done that all my life, so
Right,
that's embedded in me. I look at it at a deeper look. It was deeper for me. Everything that happened in my life, in my journey, was supposed to happen.
right, right,
And there are times in your life that, I had a hell of a run, and there are times where you have to, when it comes times, that you have to kind of get, you're moving so fast, you're making money, you have to get sat down for a
right,
little
right,
bit
right,
and to be able to see things now
right.
a little slower
Mm-hmm.
so you can understand things more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could be humbled more. You could be educated more. You could look at your mistakes and you have to take responsibility. If you just get sat down and you're not taking responsibility, then that sit down is for nothing.
Right.
I had to go through this period of reflection.
Mm.
And, of course, I've had money all my life. So then when it starts getting rough, that's a message. Like, well, let me show you.
Right.
And it's not as a punishment, but let me show you other great things in life that you'll never see when you're just chasing money.
Mm.
Let me show you what else is important in life that have nothing to do with money.
Right. Being a
And then maybe when you
being a
sat down
grandfather now. Being a grandfather.
listen, being a grandfather, but also just seeing life differently,
Right,
man.
right,
Like at
right, right,
16, man, dog, and everything I went through, being from the streets, I see things different now.
right,
I see things different, and I'm at the point where there's no gray area.
right.
It's only right and wrong, and I don't give a fuck who you are, what you are. I'm not gonna sit there and be, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, if
Yeah.
if what you're saying to me, I'm not feeling it. If it's good if you get a response out of me, but if you can't take it, then I'll just shut up and keep it moving.
When
You
you
know what I'm
doing
saying?
the
Because I'm not
podcast?
gonna, I know too much. I do know a lot.
Right.
So,
When
you know
you
what I'm
doing the
saying?
podcast? That's why I'm asking. When you gonna do the podcast?
Man, I'm gonna, what I'm saying, shit, I'm gonna get it together, man. These days, what I'm saying, just getting things stable and getting things right, what I'm saying? But it's time, so I would say before the
You know
years
I'm a
out,
phone call.
know,
You know I'm a phone call away, bro. I'll
oh,
be
I'm definitely
right
gonna
there.
be
Yeah,
calling you,
yeah,
dog.
yeah,
I'm
right
definitely gonna
there.
be
Yeah.
calling you, bro.
Anything you need.
Yeah.
You know I know all the camera shit, the light. I
No, man,
know.
I be waiting on not just the cameras, but
Yeah.
just to how to make money from the shit.
Right.
You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you got that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I be watching, like,
Yeah.
even before when I was watching your intro and how that shit when you came up,
Oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you do it well. You do it
I
well.
do all the graphics. I do all of this.
No, no, that's dope,
Nobody
man.
helps me
That's
with nothing. I do all of this. And then,
wow,
Still on the West Coast, that's my partner. So, Big
wow.
Still, the MC8, they got the Gangster Chronicles, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So,
no, no, I fuck
yeah,
with Steel,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
yeah.
fuck with Steel. I got a lot of respect for Steel, man. I like
Right.
Steel. I like his whole movement, man.
Yeah, that's
You know
my
what I'm saying?
partner. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's my partner. So, like,
Okay,
anything you
okay.
need help with, that's
Absolutely,
because that
man.
show is on the Black Effect with
Wow.
Charlemagne. You know what I'm saying? Him and
Wow.
MC8 do that. And still, it's some things.
I reached out to a couple of people, you know what I'm saying? And I reached out to Charlemagne, but a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because there's so many people
Got
like,
to shoot the pilot first, though. See, that's what I'm saying to you. Let's shoot a pilot. Once they see what you got, I need that. See, because it's almost like a demo.
Yeah.
If you don't have no demo, people might say, yeah, I know he probably could make a good record.
But you know what though? But when you gave niggas positions and you source awards and all kind of things, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Why do I gotta go through that?
They don't care. Nobody cares what
You know
you
what I'm
did for them
saying?
yesterday, bro.
That's the shit that killed me because I'm talking, you got multimillionaires right now back then that I 100% helped their career.
Facts.
And they don't even, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't do it. I didn't do it for credit. I didn't do it so they could do something back for me. But, you know, a lot of shit. A lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like things that, and then back then they was excited. This is all they wanted. There was no other platform to be looking live at. It was right here.
Right.
So when I gave it to them, I know they was happy as hell. Years later, man, shit, I can't even. I'm trying to get a meeting with Shaq because I got a couple of things I want to talk to Shaq about. You know what I'm saying? I remember wholeheartedly. I made a Source sports magazine so we could do the awards and gave just so Shaq can come. I made it, just so Shaq can come. Same thing with BMF. You know what I'm saying? Gave them awards so that, to make sure that they was so that the feds was looking at them down in Miami to make sure that they was cool. I done so much shit for so many niggas that people would never know about. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? In this industry, and unfortunately, us all coming from the streets, everybody still has the mentality, and it's like, yo, we not in that no more. Now we got legitimate business. Dudes got LLCs, EINs, and all that, right? I feel like this: if I look out for you, then you look out for me. It is what it is. Like I said, I never forgot what you did for me in '91. That's why you'll never see no Benzino smear campaign come from me, my mouth, or my platform. I'm like, nah, that's my bro.
Shit. And that means a lot. My thing is, the internet, when it comes to Benzino, you know what I'm saying? Like, the internet, again, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that I have seen where people try to smear, what I do notice is the more, and this is psychological, the more you give it, the more it's gonna bother you.
Right.
So when I see the smear campaigns and nothing, I don't even pay attention to it. And eventually that should just go away.
Right.
Because the smear campaign has no validity to it because I know in my heart I ain't done nothing wrong to nobody.
Right.
See, if I know that I did something fucked up, and even the stuff that I stand on, there is a reasons by it. It just isn't just hood ignorance.
Right.
And me trying to bully or me trying to hate. There's some logical shit behind it that if you understand the reasoning why, you'd be like, okay, I get it. And it's always bigger than me.
Right.
Always.
When you and not to hash on this because this shit is so old, but were you disappointed in black people with the Eminem thing? Did that hurt you? Like how your people
Of course it did. Yeah, of course, because but I grew up in Boston with it to where it's like, you out here on your own. If the white boys jumping you, then you got to fight your own. So you can't worry about anything else. So I just was always a nigga that if I did get disappointed, it would be quick. Because I got, shit, if I'm going to fight the army by myself, I got things to do. I can't be hopping. Every time I turned around, there wasn't nobody behind me. Every time it was somebody, you know what I mean? There was no one behind me on that Eminem shit. It was me and Ja. But Ja was over here and I'm over here. And we taking bombs and missiles and shit, you know what I'm saying?
And it was over the song Foolish Pride, but a lot of people didn't hear it.
I mean, it was before that. It was before that. That was after we dug that up. And that was after the white boys show his friends, his partners showed up at the office with the tapes. We ain't know nothing about that. But the beef was already going.
Right, but I'm just saying.
He wasn't taking care of them, so they trying to sell the tapes to make money.
What I'm saying when I say it was over that, they're disappointed with our people because you actually played him saying, I hate nigga bitches and all that. And everybody was like,
bitches are prostitutes, bitches ain't shit.
Black bitches. No, black bitches. Yeah, black bitches. It wasn't I hate bitches. Black bitches. And everybody was like, so what? You know what I'm saying? That fuck was you like, huh? That probably was a wake up call. Yeah.
Fucked me up. I just, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it.
Right.
Even at the source, a lot of motherfuckers did not want to be involved with that.
Right.
I was like, damn, but you know what? I just showed you how the power of money and music and fame. You know, and it's the power of money, music, and fame is just so, like, I don't want to say no name, but there's a female artist that disrespects dark-skinned women, and she's so big that dark-skinned women are like, fuck it. I've heard worse.
Right,
I've
right,
heard worse.
right.
They'll make excuses,
Right, right.
but you know what I'm saying? That's just how we are in our culture, man.
Yeah. What's next for
If
you
you,
though? What you got planned right now?
I got. They just dropped We Different. I got a series on Tubi that started.
Okay.
The movie TKO went crazy. Shout out to Chris Stokes. Shout out to Dennis Reed. Chris Stokes did the TKO movie. Dennis Reed did the We Different. It just dropped on Tubi. It's called We Different. I'm starring in that. I got some real some shit coming up with some more movie shit that I don't like to really. It's hard. You got to be careful on what you say now. You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
yeah,
Because you don't
yeah.
want to fuck it. But a lot of Tubi movie shit. You know, getting ready to put out my first workout DVD or DVD.
Workout streaming thing. About
Streaming
time
thing,
though.
yeah.
How many times a day you work? How many times you work out every day?
Every day, every
Yeah.
day. And then the times I'm on the road, like, like this gym at the hotel here in Miami.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I make sure I get to a hotel with it. If not, then I got like 3 gym members. I got LA, Planet Fitness, and then Crunch. So
Right.
wherever I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, working out has saved me. It's really saved
It's
me
good for here.
mentally.
Bro,
Absolutely.
I just did the Stairmaster today.
Absolutely.
I did the treadmill, and I got
Yeah.
I got this machine from TikTok. Did you see that arm thing?
Yeah, yeah,
I
they
got
are.
one of those,
Yeah,
bro. I
yeah,
got one.
yeah.
It do some, but I do it. I tell people I work out to help my mental illness, because if not, I'll be
Man,
in jail.
man,
Seriously,
man.
I'm too.
I can listen to my music and nobody's bothering me, man. And you know me, I don't even own a shirt, man. If I didn't
Right,
have to wear a shirt, no way I wouldn't. I
right,
just,
yeah.
what I'm saying? I love it. Like, yeah, because it makes me smile. It's something that I'm in control of and nobody else.
Right, right,
And you know what I'm saying? And everybody loves to get compliments and shit, man, as far as, how you look and
right,
everything, man. So, I like to do that. And then I always figure stay ready. So then when the doors open, I'm a nigga where opportunity just knocks. Where I just got to be in the place, and wherever I'm at, people go crazy, man. Like
right.
people go. I'm more famous, dog, and more loved than I've ever been. I go walk on the Miami Strip. Anytime I just do it just to do it and just watch people go fucking crazy,
Right,
man.
right,
It's
right,
like
right, right,
I've
right.
never been this famous,
Right, right,
So
right. Was it
I
Love and
just
Hip
wanna
Hop that did it? Love and Hip Hop helped you a lot?
loving hip hop. I mean, you got to think like if there's a household that has the mother and grandmother, that's loving hip hop, and all the reality shows, Marriage Boot Camp, and Next
Right, right,
15, and
right,
Love
right, right.
Goes. So I got the older women. Then if the nigga who just got out, who's in his 50s, he remember me from Made Men, Our Soul and
Right, right,
Souls. He
right,
just
right,
got out of
right, right.
jail, or he's on probation, he's on papers. Then I got the YNs and the young girls, because hey, that's Coi Leray's dad.
Daddy, yeah, right, right. You got
I
the,
got everybody in
yeah,
the
yeah,
house
yeah,
right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And when they
yeah.
see me, they light up.
Right,
They
right,
light the fuck up, man.
right,
It's a great feeling.
right.
So I know with a fan base like that, it's just a matter of time to get it, to get that money flowing the way
I
it
think the
used to, man.
workout thing would be good because a lot of people work out and a lot of people be needing tips, pointers, especially nutrition, whatever
Yeah.
supplements you're taking,
Yeah,
and
and I wanna be able to do it because people at 50 and over just give up. I
right,
want to show them like, look, don't let these young niggas or anybody tell you it's over. Like, are you kidding me?
right,
Like, no, no. So the lifestyle. I really
right.
want to, and not just that. Help a lot of these guys with how they dress, the cologne they wear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How to approach a woman,
Right,
the things to say. How you know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys lack that.
right.
There's a major lacking in men because they didn't have no father really to show them how to do
Right,
it.
you're right. You're right. Yo, me and
You
my
know what I'm
cousin
saying?
that I when you did the video shoot in Bushwick that I came with my cousin. Me and him, we from Brooklyn. We be on the phone now talking about cologne and shit. Yo, they just got that such and such.
Bro, now that
Yeah.
you be surprised a lot of motherfuckers don't know.
Nah, we know the colognes, man.
A lot of motherfuckers just don't
Yo,
know.
you got that
You know
Y
what
by
I'm saying?
YSL? This is some real shit. You got that Y by YSL?
Nah, but Hero by Burberry is
I'm
ridiculous.
probably I'm gonna go check that. I know they got it
Oh,
in Macy's.
oh. Look, listen, I'm gonna tell you though, I pulled over in Miami at a rest stop, and they got like they got the Cologne people. So I said, you know, it's the Arabs. They got the Arab name on it. You don't know.
Right,
It's an
right,
hour
right,
on the
right,
front.
right, right.
I said they want $60 for it.
Right.
And I put that shit on. That bitch smelled just like Aventus.
Right.
I bought the shit out that shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the why by
That
why?
shit smells so fucking good,
Yeah.
yo.
The why by
I ain't
why
paying
is
$40, $50. I said, fuck it, let me get that, man.
Yeah.
You ain't no one gonna know, man. That shit
Yeah.
smells just like Aventus, yo.
Listen, the why by YSL, I was in the movie theater and there was this big lesbian, like stud. She was like, "You smell good. What are you wearing?" I'm like, "Yeah, you ready to?"
Damn,
I'm like, "Yo, you ready to?" She was white, a white
If
stud
Sonny
lesbian.
McMuffin said
A
something, then you already
white
know,
one
yo.
too,
Like,
like a Roseanne Ball looking chick, respectfully.
wow.
She was like, "You smell good." I was like, "Yo, you ready to convert?" That why by YSL, man. I'm telling you, that shit you
Okay,
gonna get.
doggy.
Oh yeah, you gonna get all the compliments and stuff like that.
Let
But
me tell
bro,
you something. That's a hell of a compliment when a stud give you a
white
compliment.
one.
I done got a couple of compliments from studs, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a different compliment, yo,
yeah,
for real.
a
Like, you know what I
white
mean?
one too.
A white one.
With your social media, they keep taking you off Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you on? Do we want
I'm
to
on
get?
now. Legend of Benzino. I got another one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
on. You
yeah.
know what I'm on now? You know I be on Bigo.
Oh, okay. What's your name on there?
No, it's I don't know. I don't even. I gotta look back, but I
Is that
just go
on
on
there?
there live. I'm not even making money on. I just you like I had 9,000 viewers on one live. I say, God damn.
Right,
Like I mean, that should be lit, and
right,
they don't show you as much. It's all right. You know what I mean? You know what, dog? I'm gonna be honest. Because of social media and how they keep knocking me, I'm at the point where I don't really. When I start my podcast and everything, I'm gonna get new pages for that. But I don't even, as far as personal,
right,
it doesn't matter anymore
right,
because what matters to me is when I'm out, is when I'm outside.
right, right,
I swear to God, man.
right.
I swear to God,
The
man.
love is
Because
real when you touch the people.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Whoa, it is. You know,
Because the
because this shit
internet will
here,
trick you to think when you go outside, nobody like you. To when you go outside and you like, you never met a hater in your face.
I've never, and this is true, and I go everywhere by myself or my girl.
Right.
I've never, ever had anybody say anything to me ever. Ever. Like in these, I mean, I can't remember. Like I've never been heckled. I mean, it's the fucking, and I can be anywhere, man, bro. Like anywhere in Publix. In Publix, I just went to Publix, got me some vitamin water, some watermelon, and took 3 pictures. And the Jamaican lady it's always the working class.
Right.
It's everybody.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, I got the whole demographic of people, man, from 9 to 99.
Yeah.
And it's just a good fucking feeling, dog. It is, man. You know
So
what
you
I'm saying?
got the workout thing. You got some Tubi movies out there. How could they find the Tubi movies? Just Google your name?
Just you know what? Yeah, Google Benzino and it'll all come up.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them.
You on the
There's a
book
bunch of
too?
them.
You want to give your book out or no? Or it's going to get too crazy?
Huh?
You on Facebook too? You want to get that out or it get too
Yeah,
crazy?
it's I think it's Raymond Scott
You
or
Raymond Scott,
Benzino
yeah.
Scott.
No, you Raymond Scott. Raymond
Raymond
Scott.
Scott, okay, yeah.
Raymond
I
Scott.
don't be I got like this, I know there's a lot of fake Benzinos, a lot of fake shits, but
No, this
I go
Raymond
on
Scott
there.
is you.
I don't know how to maneuver none of that shit. Like I want to make my Facebook professional so I can have more than 5,000 friends because I can only get 5,000
Well, you
friends
got to
now.
create a fan page.
Yeah, see, I don't. Then there is a fan page, but I don't know how to get in it.
No,
And
but
that got about. So I don't. You know what I mean? I just
yo,
get. I just, you know what?
when you come back in town, we gonna link up. I know all this shit, bro. I'm just gonna sit
Hell
down and
yeah.
be like, yo,
I just post my shirtless pics. Some of them bitches get 1 million views, man.
right,
And
right.
I know, you know what I mean. So I know when you know, I know when I do my podcast,
But all of
we
that could
go
be
viral.
monetized though.
People want to hear what Benzino say. You know, it's a blessing.
Right, right. Yeah,
So
because lately
you know,
I've been noticing you ain't been giving a fuck. Like you've been more vocal. Why is that?
I mean, it ain't necessarily giving a fuck. I'm just answering what the fuck is out there on
Oh,
me.
okay. Right, right.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, and again, I'm never ever the one to be politically correct.
Right, right,
When it comes to good shit against me, I gotta give it to you, no chaser.
right,
You know what I mean? I can't play with my name.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
You know, now if like I said, the narratives, I understand. If it's, you know, I don't worry about it. But when I get up on here and explain it, I'm gonna give it to you because motherfuckers don't give a fuck when they on here, so why should I?
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what I say just isn't I'm not saying it out of no bullshit. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna say it like how I feel. Like, whether it's I said some shit about Stephen A. Smith and how I feel
Yeah,
about him.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be keeping niggas honest. Cause
Yo,
I got a lot of wisdom. I've
when I
done a lot
seen
of
it though,
things.
I
You know
was
what
like,
I'm saying?
about time, because I've been
Yeah.
telling you got to, because a lot of people in this space, and you just said something that's very, very important, and the audience need to know that you've been there. You sat in these meetings, you brokered deals, you broke a situation, you know about sponsorships, you know about all of that. And that's a lot of things that people don't know. They think this shit is just cut and dry. You go on the booth
No,
and rap.
no,
This shit get
absolutely not.
crazy. They get very, very
Absolutely, that's a lot of
political.
work.
It's
It's
a
a lot,
lot
and
of
I'm
work.
proud of you, dog.
Yeah,
Like I told you before,
yeah,
I've watched you grow,
yep.
and there's an articulation that you got down pat where
Mm-hmm.
there's an articulation of how you do this. Because when you sit by yourself and you're doing these things, there's nobody in front of you. You're talking to the shit. So
Right,
that's an art in itself on how
right,
to articulate that and
right,
be interesting and
right,
be
right,
let
right.
people,
Because some
so
niggas you be like, man,
they,
shut up, nigga. Or,
yeah, like,
yeah,
and niggas ramble on. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
You
yeah.
do it well. I haven't
Right.
even mastered it yet. I got to be able to master it where you talk kind of and have some spaces between your shit.
Right,
Come again.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've watched Nori do
Right.
it. I've watched Gilly. See,
Yeah.
I've known all these niggas before they were podcasters.
Right, 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 right.
Joe Buttons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I watch all these niggas and they all salute to all of them. To everybody. But I've watched. There's a way to do it, and I've watched everyone do it. So I got to get myself up there because sometimes I get so amped. You know what I'm saying? I can get amped up.
But
You
it'd
know what
be
I'm
dope
saying?
though, because that's you though. And the thing about, even when I did the Drink Chance, when I had my episode, I called you. I'm like, yo, that's
Yeah.
Benzino, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, one thing about me, I'm not ashamed of you.
No,
So I'm
man.
not ashamed
Listen,
of,
I love you for
yeah,
that. For
yeah.
real. I
I
appreciate
love you to
that.
death. I'm not ashamed of
That's
you.
real nigga shit, doggy.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not ashamed of
there's
you.
too many niggas, and not just niggas. It could be your family members that it's like, damn, if the internet don't like them, I can't like them either. So
Nah,
I'm scared of what the internet's gonna think of me.
I always say that's my big bro. Like, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. You can't,
Absolutely.
because when it comes to a loyalty, again, if you disloyal in that street, you get your head knocked off. So
Yeah.
this is how we grew up. We lived that more than we lived this. So how did this change you? Pat, how did you forget all that for this? Nah, that shit still apply, because again, when we go outside, somebody will kick a bone out your ass if you play a certain way. So
right.
that's why a lot of
Absolutely.
dudes don't be outside. You be in states all over. You know what
But
I'm
you gotta
saying?
understand, even back then when people were outside, the 70s, the 80s, there was no internet. There was
Right,
a big part of the population that never came outside.
right,
They
right,
was inside.
right,
It's
right,
just
right.
simple as that. You know
And
what I'm
then
saying? So now the internet gave them a world, and I get it. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So now the niggas who was outside, they have to adjust and adapt to learn this world
right.
because it's not the same world.
And when I was little, I always had guns and was wilding and shit. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Like, when
Right?
you first met me, I
Right?
was just wild. You know what
Wild
I'm
little
saying?
nigga.
Yeah,
Shooting BBs at the fucking hotel windows
yeah,
and
like I
shit,
was
like on
just wild.
intelligence.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
Like I
niggas
did,
was wild. The little
yeah.
bastards was wild.
Just
Y'all
coming from
was.
Brooklyn, and it just was just, I was just like,
LBs, nigga.
yeah, yep. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to have. So it's like we gotta, if we could, get the crew together to talk about that Source tour, because that's documentary worthy. We
Yeah,
had,
that'd be dope.
yeah,
Search.
yup,
Rest in peace to Biz,
yup,
Shawnee,
Biz, yup.
Shantae, Red Hot Lover, the 18,
Buck Wild, the
Buck
producer,
Wild,
Lloyd
Buck
Finesse.
Wild,
You know who we didn't
Lord
talk about last night?
Finesse.
Pharaoh
Diamond D came on a couple of dates.
Pharaoh Monch, the
Pharaoh
Organized Confusion, Prince
Monch, the
Poe,
organized noise.
OC, no OC, no Organized Confusion, Organized
Confusion,
Confusion.
organized confusion,
Look,
yes.
OC was there too. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
OC was there, because remember they had the song.
I met them when I was recording with Paul C.
Right, right, right. So you had
They
them.
from Queens. They from Queens.
Right. You had Power Rule was there.
Power
You
Rule.
had Cooley Live. He was from,
Coi Leray.
I forgot where he was from. Yeah, I remember everybody.
Damn.
Yeah, and we had the almighty RSO crew.
Yup.
Fly Ty was there sometimes. Fly Ty, the CEO of Cold Chillin' was there.
Yup.
OJ Wedlaw, he went on to
That's
OJ.
right.
Yeah,
Yup.
OJ was there.
Yup.
Yep.
Yup.
Even Chris Latimer, remember he had the HBCU sweaters.
Chris Ladd, yes.
He had
He had the whole gear, and there was boxes of gear under the tour.
And somebody
bus.
stole them. Remember somebody stole them?
Somebody stole them.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. The tour story that we had, I was 15 on there. Wow.
That's when Spike Lee was doing those college movies, you know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, right,
So that shit was that shit was killing it. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
Them if you think about it, he was ahead of his time because those hoodies and sweatsuits could rock right now.
Right, right. I think he still got them because me and my cousin ran into him in LA and I had reminded him, like, yo, I remember you from the Source tour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where was they from though? Because they had to come with y'all,
I'm
right?
not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I want to say Philly. Was Chris from Philly? I'm not sure. I think it was Philly. Or
Right.
DC. I'm not sure.
Right. But he had all them sweaters.
Or Baltimore, somewhere like around there.
Right. So yeah, Biz was the DJ. Rest in peace to Biz. Remember Shantae would do Big Mama in some of them states. It would get crazy. They don't know about that
She
disc
killed
record.
it.
Yeah,
She was
right.
she was the headliner.
She was the headliner. She was the headliner.
She was the headliner.
And thanks to her, we got to go. You know what I'm saying? That was my first.
Shantae. Yeah,
Yeah,
motherfucking
Roxanne
right,
Shantae. Oh, and her
We
sister.
got close, man. Every time we see each other, man. You know what I'm saying? That like that's sis.
That's what I'm saying. And then, like I said, I was 15. I was her tour DJ in my group. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit is so dope, yo.
Yeah, yeah. So we gotta put that together because Buck Wild, like so many from that tour, bro. I think that's how OC met Lord Finesse and them and became DITC. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew
From
that.
that tour. Yeah, from
I knew
that tour.
I sure
Yeah,
did.
so that
and
birthed
was, Red Hot Lover was before he met Pope.
No, he knew
was the
Poke at the
rapper.
time. No, Poke was there. Poke was there because
Pope was there?
Poke is the one who drove me to North Carolina. That was the first stop, was NC.
I didn't know that.
I was in the car with Poke, but it was 4 track masters back then.
I didn't know that.
It was Poke, Tone, Frank Nitty, and Al Richburg. It was 4 of them.
Damn,
It was
damn,
4 of them.
doggy.
Yeah, and because that was around the time they still was doing Chub Rock music. So that's how
didn't know that,
the
doggy.
A-Team came. And you know one of the A-Team is Hot Dog.
It's
That was
Hot Dog,
dance. Yeah.
yeah.
And you know who Hot Dog was messing with back then? Mona Scott.
When you say messing with what she was managing them,
They was in a relationship, bro.
get the fuck out.
I'm telling
Hell
you.
no.
I'm telling you some hip hop history. Yeah, Mona was his girl.
Oh shit.
Mona
How
was-
old was Hot Dog?
I don't know. Hot diggity. Yeah, I don't know. That was his. They was in a relationship, bro. That was his girl. Cause Mona was our first. Mona me. That was. That was my camp. Mona.
Didn't know that, doggy.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
So I had
So
tweeted.
when you see Mona Love and hip hop, you be like, wow.
Yeah, she come from. She had a management company. Always had a management company since back then. But she was dating Hot Dog back then.
I didn't know that. That's some. I didn't know that. We definitely got to do a fucking.
That's what I'm
thing now.
saying. Yeah, it's so much got birth from that tour. That's why I'm saying it's important so much. Mona was his
That was
girl.
20. That was 20. Almost 25 years ago. I mean, let me see. 1991.
Yeah. I'm about to say that's over 25 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
almost. That's almost 35 years.
yeah.
Right? How many
hell
years
yeah.
is that?
A lot. I don't even know. I don't feel like doing math right now.
It's like 30 something years.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, Mona Scott was his girl, bro. Mona Scott, yep. Because I was always in the studio with that. We was their group. We was Trackmasters group, but we had this situation with Cold Chill and Living Large at the time. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of people got birthed from that tour. A lot of relationships that we still have to this day. Buck Wild, OC, Lord Finesse. I went to DITC studio rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot from that tour though. That's why I'm saying it's
Yeah,
important.
Diamond D did a couple of dates. That's what I met Diamond. at.
Yeah. Yep, they're from that
That's crazy.
tour.
That's dope.
But all right, bro. Yo, you know we could talk all night. We do talk
Come
sometimes
on,
for
man.
hours
Come
and
on,
shit.
doggy.
But
you know when you call me, I'm there, nigga. You let me know.
I will let
shit.
people know this guy. I could call him first ring. This ain't.
Yeah,
we don't
hell
do
yeah.
industry stuff.
Doggie
you know what I'm
Diamonds.
saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You knew me back when I was just G Dog back then.
Yeah,
You was,
I just was. What's up, doggy?
yeah. You was Ray Dog. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes, hell
like
yeah.
I said, you know, anything you want, anything you need, anything. Just hit me. I'm always the phone call away because anytime I call you, you've always picked up. Back when you used to have to call my house phone because we knew each other before beepers. I was too little to have a beeper anyway. But you used to call the house, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, Ray Dog called for you. And I'm like, yo, I'm wherever you at. When you come to Brooklyn, like I'm there. Yo,
That's dope, doggy. No, I appreciate you, my nigga. And yeah. Come on.
What's the
man. I can't
photo
wait to see
shoot you
this too.
did there? I'm trying to find a photo shoot for the Source because that's my gun. I'm trying to think what photos. You remember the photo shoot? You needed a gun and a bullet.
That was a long time
But
ago.
you had the chick that you had with you became a big video vixen back then. I'm trying to think. We was in Bushwick, Brooklyn, bro, and you called me and you was like, yo, I'm gonna go. And I called my cousin Tad. I said, yo, we gotta go hold Ray down. He and BK. It was in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
It wasn't Melissa Ford.
Wasn't Melissa Ford. It was the one before. I'm gonna find her picture and send her to you.
Find out, bro.
Yeah, because she's the main girl in Rump Shaker video. One of the main girls in Rump Shaker video. That's where I remember her from. In Rump Shaker. She one of the main girls. This back when the girls was natural though. So they, they'll be lost in the sauce now. Yeah.
Man, there was so many, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that.
Bro,
but them bullets.
You have no clue, my
them
nigga.
bullets in that
people,
nine.
As I'm saying, like I've dated so many celebrities and so many and women and actresses and rappers. Like they don't know the half. When they see me on Love and Hip Hop, it was like, all right. But before Love and Hip Hop, man, listen, when the sauce was cracking, oh yeah, like I can't even remember. Like Jeff be having to remember me, like video girls, actresses, rappers. It was a long list.
Speaking of which, wasn't Bambi your girl first?
Nah, we dated, but nothing ever came of it because she really was into Scrappy. But we did the infamous hot tub.
That's
scene.
That's all I remember. Yeah, that's all I remember. All right.
Yeah.
So that's. Well, I ain't gonna get you to blow that up.
That Love and Hip Hop was, like I said, Love and Hip Hop was okay, because niggas be like, damn boy, y'all be having some bad bitches on. Before Love and Hip Hop, I'm telling you.
Right.
You gotta understand it was a different Benzino back then. That was super millionaire Benzino. It was different.
Right, but nah, we gonna do all we could, man, to get you back where you need to be, just for peace, for the culture. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when you touch the town, make sure you hit me because I'm gonna pull up on you and show you some shit on that computer. I bring my MacBook or whatever.
Yeah, I need to see all that.
Because this shit easy, bro. Like I mastered this shit.
Because we need that out there, man. People love that shit, man.
Yeah. This shit easy.
Because people don't believe shit until you put their face in it.
But that's why when people say that,
until you rub their face in it.
But this is what I'm saying. When people talk about you, I be like, him, that nigga a gangster. Like y'all internet got it fucked up.
But
like,
I know how to turn it off too.
Right.
See, I don't gotta wear that shit. You know
right. No, but I'm just talking about when people be playing
day,
with your name and your likeness and all that. I'll be like, y'all got him fucked up. He's not who you think he is. The internet, y'all perception is all wrong. Trust me.
Nah.
Because the only reason why I'm saying it, I saw it with my own two eyes. This ain't speculation. I seen them get busy. You know what I'm saying? I seen them 1,000 deep. You know what I'm saying?
It was a regular thing.
It was regular.
It's just how we grew up.
Yep. All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go. As soon as you hit the town, call me and I'm gonna pull up on you.
Will.
Yep. Later on. Love you, bro.
I love you more, doggy. Peace.
All right. Later on. Subscribe to my YouTube.